Chapter 2 and 4. Describing data, frequency distributions and graphic presentation. Example, constructing frequency distributions, quantitative data. Ms. Catherine Ball of Auto USA wants to develop tables, charts, and graphs to show the typical selling price on various dealer lots. The table on the right reports only the price of the 80 vehicles sold last month at Whitner Autoplex. Constructing a frequency table, example. Step 1, decide on the number of classes. A useful recipe to determine the number of classes, K, is the 2 to the K rule. Such that 2Kn. There were 80 vehicles sold. So N equals 80. If we try K equals 6, which means we would use 6 classes, then 2 to 6 power is 64, somewhat less than 80. Hence, 6 is not enough classes. If we let K equal 7, then 2 to 7 power is 128, which is greater than 80. So the recommended number of classes is 7. Step 2, determine the class interval or width. The formula is I/HL/K, where I is the class interval, H is the highest observed value, L is the lowest observed value, and K is the number of classes. 35,925 to $15,546, /7 equals $2,911. Round up to some convenient number, such as a multiple of 10 or 100. Use a class width of $3,000. Constructing a frequency table, example. Continued. Step 3, set the individual class limits. Constructing a frequency table. Step 4, tally the vehicle selling prices into the classes. Step 5, count the number of items in each class. Class intervals and midpoints. Class midpoint, a point that divides a class into two equal parts. This is the average of the upper and lower class limits. Class frequency, the number of observations in each class. Class interval, the class interval is obtained by subtracting the lower limit of a class from the lower limit of the next class. Look at data. Using the data file below. 1. Construct a frequency distribution. Construct a relative frequency distribution. 3. Construct a cumulative frequency distribution. 4. Construct a cumulative relative frequency distribution. Show the data below in a stem and leaf display. Tabulating numerical data. Tabulating numerical data. Find range, 58 to 12 equals 46. Select number of classes, 5, usually between 5 and 15. Compute class interval, width 10, 46/5 then round up. Determine class boundaries, limits 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Compute class midpoints, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. Count observations and assign to classes. One. Use 5 groups to show the data below in a frequency histogram. 2. Use 5 groups to show the data in a density histogram.